Hello, YouTube. So today we got word on the latest update coming in. What month is it? February, this month. And from what I hear is we've got some good announcements. I'm excited for May, so they got to be doing something leading up to that. But just in general, there's some cool stuff going on this month, and let's just jump into it. The Trust campaign started on the 1st of February, so here you go. The New Year's Alter Ego Extravaganza, January to February, Trust Set 1. So it's right here. So yeah, if you're missing any of these trusts, make sure to grab them up. You want to be collecting your trusts to be able to increase their level with that quest. Anyway, don't miss out. Next, Valentine's Day. Your typical Valentine's Day event starts February 8th, ends the 16th. You can get these rewards. You can get stuff for your Mog House. You can get these aprons. So yeah, pretty standard. Check that out if you're interested in that. Next up, we have the campaigns. Yes. I heard these were good. Again, I haven't looked yet. I like to kind of approach these with a fresh eye. Even though in general, like we've seen them all before. They're just repeats. But it's still good to say, hey, this is what's cool, and it's coming in a couple days, rather than like waiting like 2 weeks to partake in the campaign. Nyzul Uncharted Area Survey Mysterious Item Campaign. This is what gives you the question mark boxes when you're doing Neo Nyzul Isle. And adventurers will have a chance. It's Nyzul Uncharted. Yeah, that's right. We call it Neo Nyzul Isle, and I forget if that's referenced in game or not, but it's called Nyzul Isle Uncharted. And recently, I was talking to someone on during a Twitch stream, and I didn't know this. I've done this a ton, and I just really enjoy it. It's way less stressful than typical Nyzul Isle because you're not there for the Nyzul tokens, which you want if you're making a mythic. You're just there to kind of like get some treasure, maybe grab a few tokens in the meantime. But if you lose, it's not that big a deal because you leave with your question mark items. You know, you don't lose those. But apparently, so I'm looking to get the Orpheus Sash, and apparently if you target like floors 21 to 40 or like 80 plus, you can see the NM that drops sashes, but you only see the NM once. It's like, I guess this is all in the wiki as well somewhere. I don't know. Anyway, hit me up on Twitch if you want to know more about that. But basically for me, I'm going to be looking to get sashes during this campaign and try to get an Orpheus. Because it's really good. Yeah. And I just like the event in general. Mog Garden campaign. I'm glad this is back. This campaign's really good. Goblins to 880 basically takes the full place of the items for your Mog inventory expansion. Especially if you're new or returning and you don't have your full expansion, you can buy these. They're 100k each. Each one takes the place of all the items. Sometimes you can't find the items in the auction house. Sometimes the items in the auction house cost more than 100k total. Great little Mog Garden thing. Mog Garden's accessible. I believe you just have to have Adeline. As long as you have the expansion, you can access the Mog Garden and get access to all these items. Alrighty, moving on. The Alter Ego Expo. Alter Egos will receive the following improvements for the duration of the campaign. HP and MP will be increased by 50%, and they have stronger resistance to status ailments. Endgame players often use this to try soloing Omen bosses, especially Q, because of the increased HP pools of your trusts make it easier for them to be more tanky and survive. Other than that, you'll see a minor improvement when using trust out at things like DI or wherever you happen to need your trust. Double Unity accolades. Nice. And Unity wanted. Okay. Awesome. These are great. And you always want these at the same time. The Unity items have become... especially the upgraded versions of the Unity items have become sort of ubiquitous for endgame gear sets. And even for people who are wanting to get into endgame, sometimes some of the best items you can get are the Unity items upgraded, and then you buy the lusterless hides and lusterless scales and wings to upgrade them. Are like some of the... They're just some of the most used items right now in endgame that are really accessible. So work on your Unity items. You get 2 treasure chests per kill, as opposed to 1, so it's double. And then, of course, double Unity accolades. Get more accolades so you can get in and do more Unity fights. Ryzen Jima, the personal reward from the... Okay, so this is the equipment campaign. I always get confused on these, the Gaia's Feet campaigns, but this is the one where you will get something from that NM's loot table in Ryzen Jima. So your Herculean, your Odyssean. This is a good time to get out and do this stuff with your friends if you're missing some of this gear. In general, a lot of this gear is really, it's more obtainable than it used to be. It's a little bit helpful if you're really having a hard time getting something to drop. Check out the campaign. Chocobo digging skill increase. You know, if you want to do chocobo digging, the skill increase is good. It's been a long time. I don't know. Anyway, this is long gone content. The items of value that it gives you are not worth your time. Omen job card campaign. Chat. I'm going to turn the music for a second here. I don't need this. But I've got a ton of cards saved up from all the random like solo runs I've been doing that I'm just trading in when I actually need cards. But there are lots of people who do. Lots of people who do. One of the most common complaints I hear is Omen cards being a gateway towards working on a new job or getting into endgame. Super good. I'm gonna cut that little musical bit. Awesome. Lots of stuff all around here. Lots of good stuff all around with this one. Omen Light Double Up campaign. You get essentially double the chances to get the lucky lights, which spawn a chest room on your Omen travels. Ambuscade Gallantry campaign. Always use a seal on your first run of Ambu because these stack. Next up, I have just a link here to Twitch. Because the Prime for Adventure campaign, or Prime for Adventure stream did happen. I just want people to be aware of it. You know, it's not an endgame stream. It's a very casual, very hangout stream. And honestly, Final Fantasy XI streams in general, they're more for hanging out, fighting some content, having some laughs. Like, ultimately, if you're a player who hasn't been around in a while and and you're watching this video, first of all, thank you. Feel free to drop a like and make sure you're subscribed because there's definitely more Final Fantasy XI content to come. It's very good for somebody who's like not really playing but just kind of like likes the game. Check out these Prime for Adventure streams. You know, the more support that SE sees for the game we enjoy, the better off we are. You know, we're kind of a niche community at this point, and any support we can show is worth it. So check out the official FF11 Twitch page, Final Fantasy XI. Okay. Last, before we get to the patch notes, we have We Are Vanadiel has been updated with Tetsuya Nomura. And to be honest, I'm really bad with names. So I like all these interviews, I have to like click them and read the descriptions. Like, oh, that person, or I remember, what they worked on or whatever. And this person here, one of the main creative minds at Square Enix, he bolstered the fame of the FF series with iconic characters such as Cloud, Tifa, Aerith, Squall, Unit, and Lightning. Those are pretty iconic characters, huh? And I just read a little bit, and their first job in 1991 with Square Enix was debugging FF4. So, I don't know. Check this out. There's a lot of good reads on the website. So it's We Are Vanadiel. This is the wrong link. So it's wearevanadiel.com. You can Google that and you'll find it. All right, ready for patch notes. Let's see it. Announcing the February version update. Greetings, adventurers. Matsui here with the skinny of the next FF11 version update. Before we get started, I got a reminder about the Primeval Brew compensation period. Did you guys pick up your brews? Because I did on at least Quetch. Free brew at the Gabi. Make sure to claim your complimentary Primeval Brew, generally only obtainable via exchanging Eshka Silt, before the version update maintenance begins on Thursday, February 10th. Yeah, get it before the 10th, okay? Who knows? Do you have a reason to use it? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Either way, it's fun and it's free. With that out of the way, let's talk about February. We're pleased to announce, oh man, that the long-awaited expansion to storage systems is coming your way in the form of additional MOG wardrobe slots. I'm so glad this is this month. I'm so glad we don't have to wait. The MOG wardrobe is a premium service, so those of you in need of extra storage may be interested in signing up. Sign me up, man. I don't care. I just need one more. I don't need, I mean, maybe one day 2 more, but I just need 1 more. In addition to the storage system expansion, we're also increasing the space in your macro book and a number of available equipment sets. Hey, look at that. Okay. This is genuinely, I've heard this is a genuine complaint. I have players who in my chat tell me, look, I'm out of equip sets. And I know people who have multiple macro books stored in the cloud, that little cloud service they have at character select screen, because they're out of macro books. This is actually genuinely a problem amongst some of the player base. And we are also looking to make a couple of UI adjustments that hope to ease some pain you may have been feeling. UI adjustments? Okay, now that's insane as well. We have not seen UI adjustments. I don't remember the last time we had any UI. These changes will be made available to all players regardless of MOG wardrobe status, so check them out and enjoy your suite of expanded macro and equipment sets base. I wish I had a clap track on my stream deck. I'll have to add one in post. Good job, SE. Thank you. Next up, we're bringing you Chapter 7 of the Voracious Resurgence, tVR. We're heading back to Bastok in this installment, and one question looms over our allies. What role does Uran Mafrin have to place in all of this? The scope of the tale is only increasing in size, and I'm excited to see what twists and turns await us. If you remember from the story, Uran Mafrin is the Taru, the kind of like psychotic Taru. If you haven't gotten too far in the story, congratulations, you're eventually going to see a psychotic Taru. In more combat-oriented news, we're increasing the master level cap from 20 to 30. As Kais pointed out, I had anticipated it wouldn't be 20. That's all. That's the only... I was thinking 5 or 10. My thought is this. Either Voracious Resurgence is really good and master level cap is 5, or Voracious Resurgence is just okay and master level cap is 10. That was my call. So here we are. I'm assuming that tVR is going to be just okay and we are getting 10 extra MLs. So let's find out when the patch actually releases. These new levels require more exemplar points from before, so I'd encourage you to treat it like a marathon rather than a sprint. Hello, day 1. Day 1, Misa. We're continuing to look into ways to make adjustments to the EXP grind, and at the moment we're considering adding new places to grind in rather than making adjustments to existing ones. While we don't have anything concrete to share at present, I'll let you know as soon as there's more news. Stronger mobs. Stronger mobs. That's all we need, SE. Just give us something stronger to fight. That gives increases in ML points or exemplar points. Those of you who enjoy Ambuscade will be pleased to know that both normal and intense ambuscades feature all new battles this month. Intense features a course, while... Oh, all new battles. All new battles. My brain didn't register that. A course battle. Okay. Undead. Bring out your monks. Bring out your monks. While normal features a Taurus. Rewards include a new course-themed piece of equipment with a unique graphic. Hey! That's fun. While you might be able to overpower your course opponent using conventional means, I think the battle becomes even more exciting when you take into account the special abilities they can use. Huh. I don't know whether to be terrified or face roll. For the Taurus battle, the key lies in how you handle the ads spawning in the fight. Do you engage or do you ignore? You don't want higher accuracy prereq, Mala? I think you need it. I think you need it. They need to start testing our accuracy. We'll see. But you got to make it commensurate, right? It's like, you know how some people would do their job points in Rakazner and fight like the undeads up there, because it has a higher reward, but it takes longer to kill. I guess that's a good point. How many buffs we can throw at things. Like, on one hand, that means you need more buffers in the party. On the other hand, well, and on that same token, that means less melees or less DDs in general are going to have those party slots. Okay, I might concede that point a little bit. It's already hard enough to get, you know, all your melee classes or whatever, their ML levels. But anyway, so you'd go to Rakazner and do your job points, because even though the battles take longer, they're worth more JP, and as your chains, you cap easier on your chains. So I just think we need that. I think we need longer battles that reward more exemplar points, but are also higher accuracy and higher defense or whatever. For the Taurus battle, okay, yep, I read that already. Lately, many of you may find stuck indoors without really getting out to exercise, so I'd encourage you a reminder to stretch your legs and maybe take a walk in between gaming sessions. I know that's what I'll be doing. Thanks for the reminder. I genuinely need that. ROEs, monthly ROEs updated, tVR. New rewards from tVR. Okay, I'm hoping it's just not cosmetic anymore. Can you just please... First of all, update the Naji's loop. It's a wasted inventory slot for a minor gain on... I mean, anyway, I'm not going to rant about that right now. tVR rewards need to improve to get players to want to do them. Essie, if you're listening, I doubt you watch my videos on my little 500 subscriber YouTube channel. By the way, chat, if you haven't checked out the YouTube... Oh, ad starting soon. During the break, I was just saying, eventually something's going to come from tVR, like either a new zone, a new piece of content, or an item like the earring from Wings of the Goddess or the ring from COP, where you're going to have to pick one or pick a path, and people are going to scramble to get their tVR done. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of cutscenes. There's a lot of running around. Get to it now. Interestingly, it just says add new rewards. They didn't mention anything about that in the description. I'm not saying it's this month. It could be. We'll know when the update hits and people do the data mining. But get on top of your tVR missions. I know I need to do them on Cashew still. And that may be a this month kind of thing, because I don't want to get suddenly, you know, here we are, I need it, and now I haven't put the effort into it. So anyway, keep on it, okay? So tVR new rewards, Ambuscade. We're getting the lock style piece from the course, they said. And new fights, that's exciting. We'll be doing that probably, if not day one, then probably day two. So, titles, new titles. That's interesting. I wonder where that could be coming from. Ambu doesn't give titles when you beat a certain mob type, I don't think. So maybe something in tVR is giving us a new title. Adding Mog Wardrobe, optional paid service, yes. Improvements to Mog House menu. Oh, okay, interesting. That's where that UI thing is they're talking about. Add feature to transferring items between storages. Whoa, heck yeah! There's the UI stuff, friends. Right now, I'll show some of this once we get out of the page here. Increases number of macros. Increases number of equip sets. Recycle. Add feature. Okay. Months ago, when they were talking about when they first mentioned, it was either when they first mentioned it or their first callback to adding new, listen, when they made their first callback, I believe, to the fact that they wanted to add new storage, they mentioned they wanted to do something that is similar to, like, they wanted to add storage for things that you would just throw away. Something like that. I forget what the verbiage is. Man, I'm going to have to find this. I wonder what this is. This is really fascinating. Recycle. What an interesting name. Add feature. Maybe you can turn any items in your inventory straight into points of some sort? I don't know. This is a really fascinating update all around. Auto-translate new phrases. Okay. MLs, increase cap. Areas, remove level difference penalty in certain areas. This continues to be a whole saga for them. And we are getting, what did it say? 10 mLs. So look forward to the grind. New items, new Porter Moogle stuff. Primeval Brews will be over. Adjust in-game process when trading Vigil weapons for completed Mythic weapons? They're adjusting Mythics, chat? What is this? You know how you don't know... Oh, yeah, that is a thing. You have to click the menu and tell him to cancel your item, and then Apkuba will say to you, "Are you sure you want to cancel your Vigil bow," or whatever he says. Exciting update. Okay, so that's going to do it for today's video. YouTube, make sure to check me out on twitch.tv/ScottyDeluxe. I stream every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and update days specifically for Final Fantasy XI. Yeah. If you haven't come check out a live stream, awesome. We're hanging out here right now. See all the little avatars in the bottom? Down there? Anyway, peace out, YouTube. Talk to you soon. See you next time. Bye-bye. While people ignore it, they're going to drop something huge. No, I totally agree with you, Misa. I think we're like... It's a fuse, and we just don't know when that fuse is going to be let up. Eventually, some either big piece of content or some like COP style reward where you pick a ring, remember, or the earring from Wings of the Goddess.